what you doing today? One of those sells, Abdul has been with me. Let's go buy some pizzas and we're gonna just go feed some people. And we take some pizzas and some water and we're just gonna go feed some folks. Like, and eating rights was simple because what I was thinking, what came to me one day is there's an ayat that says, and I didn't look it up, I don't know which number it is, but it says, it's folks saying, why should we feed those who, if Allah had wanted to feed them, He would have fed them themselves? And so most of the organizations that I work with, we feed people on Saturday, or we feed people twice a month. And it's like, people are hungry every day. Like, how are we where did we come to the concept that we could just feed people once a week or every 2 weeks or, and so that's where eating rights stems from. So if you hear it, we're gonna do a fundraiser. The goal is to feed people 6 days a week. But what I really want to talk about is who helping really helps. Like, who is helping? When I'm helping, who am I helping? Am I helping, if I'm giving to you, am I helping you or am I helping me? And the reality of it is that in a Hadith Qudsi, I believe it is, Allah asks, we're told we're going to be asked, why didn't you feed me? Why didn't you visit me? And the answer is going to be, how can we visit you, Allah? How can we feed you, Allah? And He talks about how you can visit the sick. Why don't you visit me when I was sick? And why didn't you feed me when I was hungry? And the response is, well, when such and such was sick or when such and such was hungry, had you fed them, you would have been, And so the reality of it is that, and I say this all the time to people, like, I'm hecka selfish, man. I'm trying to go to heaven. Like, for real, I don't want to go to hell. And so one of the simplest things that I can do is feed somebody. Like, when I'm at my poorest, I can cook a pot of beans and feed somebody. Like, that's the least I can do. And so that's always been I got 2 pairs of glasses on my head. Lord help us. And so that's the first thing that I want to say is that helping others is really helping you. Like, for real, you're like, and be hecka selfish about it. Like, I'm gonna help you because it's gonna help me. And how do we help? Even with dua, we're told that if I make dua for you in your absence, the angels are making the same dua for me. Like, be selfish, be hecka making dua for folks. Like, remember that helping there's recipients, and then the adab of giving. Like, one of the things that I say when I'm feeding people is like, I'm thanking them for coming to eat with us. Because the reality of it is, if there weren't any poor people to feed, I'd have pans of food. I'd be calling out, telling them, y'all hungry? Which family eating? Y'all need some chicken? Because I got a heck of food left because there was nobody to feed it to. So we also have to know that there's an adab, there's a manner in which we give, that they're doing us a favor. We're not doing them a favor in real life. Like, we're doing ourselves a favor, and that is the energy in which we should give. Does it need to be big? It doesn't, because there's another hadith, and I can't cite it, and we all got Google, so everything that you could just Google how many times does Allah say in the Quran to feed people. I bet you somebody could give me the answer before I finish my next statement, because it's there. And so I really didn't do that research because I didn't want to have a talk about giving you a bunch of references that say we're supposed to help each other or help others, because everybody knows that. But another thing that we are told is the deeds that Allah loves the most are those that are done consistently, no matter how small they are.
Yes, sir.
So it doesn't have to be super big. It's just whatever, and you do it consistently, and I give people like ideas, like when you go to the gas station, this is something that I do, and Cynthia had talked about, I'm not about to fund their crack, or their drinking habit. And my ex-husband used to say, I'm not gonna give him my money to squander. And so, we're not gonna give him my money to squander. And then one day I was like, 99.9% of the people that ask me for money never say, ooh, could you give me $1 so I can go buy a beer? Like, ooh, I'm about to go get a hit. I just need $1 more to go get me some crack. Like, they never say that to me. So it's really none of my business what they're doing with their money. And so one of the things that I do is every time I go get gas, if I have $20, I get 19. If I have $40, I get 39. And that dollar goes in my little, and I got my band back if anybody knew that it was broke out. So I'm putting it back in the little armrest. But, and so when I come off the freeway, as long as I got dollars, you get one. I run out of dollars, I'm not gonna be digging in my purse because it's just not safe. But there's so many ways that we can give, We're told that even a smile is charity, so think no charity too small. So the least we can do is smile at each other, and smile at people you don't know, and say hi to them, and make their day, and, their scarves or their dress is pretty. Just say, hey, you got this pretty dress, and keep it moving. But just know that in doing that, those type of things, we're really, really helping ourselves to not cause someone harm with your tongue or with your hand. Like, that's a way that you can help each other. It's like not backbite, not harm each other with our tongues or our hands, and being reminders to each other. The reminders benefit the reminded and the reminder. So if we remember, like when we see certain things, and my friend Akia will tell you, like, I don't have a problem reminding you, and I don't have a problem with being reminded, And the last thing that I want to just say is, we have this little joke that we say, poor little rich girls, because most of the times we're trying to figure out how we're gonna fill up our tank. But there's always these mega blessings that we get, like stuff that Brother Bilal always says, Amelah, you are always going somewhere to not have no money. And it's the truth, like for real, like I'm about to go to Jerusalem with no money. Like next month I'm out, mashallah. And I'm not saying that because like I didn't ask for it. Like Allah just gave it to me, and I don't have 10 cents. You know what I mean? And so it's like me giving doesn't take away from anything that I have, because the only thing I have is what I gave, for real. And so I didn't want to give a long lecture about the Quran says this and Hadith says that, and this, it's just really that spirit of, and we see it, we have tent cities, we have, it's like, there is always somebody you can give to, there is always opportunity to give, and so that, that we be real selfish about getting those blessings, because they're there for us, and somebody is the recipient of it, but like, it could be an angel that you just turned around and said, nah man, I ain't got that. You know what I mean, say like that, but like we don't know who are the friends of Allah. So, take every opportunity if you're not that person that wants to go feed, I'm always feeding. You got some extra money? Give it to me, and I promise you, if you give it to me to feed the hungry, I won't spend it on anything else. And there's other people, that is like, that's not everybody's work. I don't have no intention to be a nurse, ever. Like, ever. But, that's somebody's thing. I'm just saying, my thing is feeding. There's other people that feed. Lastly, they're sick. We have to go visit people who are sick before they're about to die. Like, we find out somebody's on their deathbed and everybody's at the hospital visiting them. Like, but they've been in the hospital for 6 years, So it's like, as a community of Muslims, we really have to like let other people know when we know people are in the hospital and go visit them. You know, a sister said to me, like, you guys don't know how much it means to me that you come and visit me. I didn't know this. The way I found out about her is Sister Rosamond made an announcement, and the brothers made an announcement, and Sister Martha is who I'm talking about. And I didn't know this woman, and she's been Muslim for years, but she's from Richmond. I didn't know her, but she's somebody we regularly visit. And she's not dying. I mean, she's in the nursing home, but, you know, and she'll die one day like all of us, but she's not on her deathbed. And so, like, be real intentional about finding out who our brothers and sisters are, especially our elders, because as a culture, we don't take care of our elders. And it's, you know, that's real. We don't. You know, we drop our children off at the daycare when they're young, and then we drop our parents off at the adult care when they get old. Because I gotta go to work, I got things to do, I'm busy, I can't be watching you all day. And that is a culture that we perpetuate. And so we have elders in our community that, there's a sister, what's the name, Sister Najia is in the nursing home right now, you know, and there's brothers, and I mean, like, so just being intentional, like, there's so many ways to give that don't cost us anything, and that we really remember that every time we go and visit someone who's sick, and they make dua for us, because they're so happy that we came, sat there and just laughed at them, that's blessings for us. Be super intentional about those blessings. Inshallah. We're gonna see, we're about to give, huh, Muhammad? We give him right now. Look at us. Allah said to show us how it's done, son. Sent an angel. Brother Ted is the angel.
I just saw me and the
don't tell